Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a little boy named Jack. And Jack and his mother lived on a farm. And on this farm, they had a cow. And they loved this cow very much. But Jack knew they were poor. They didn't have a lot of money for anything. So one day, when he was in town, he heard that somebody was selling magic beans. Magic beans. So he decided he would trade their cow, and in return, he would get these magic beans. So he brought the beans home, and he told his mother, look, I got these magic beans, and they're going to solve all of our problems. And his mother didn't know anything about the beans, but knew that their cow, their only way of getting milk, was now gone, and she was very upset. Jack said, no, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. So he went outside, and he dug a hole in the ground. He planted his beans. He poured in water. He patted the dirt down, and he went to sleep. And the next day when he woke, there was a giant beanstalk that went all the way into the sky, taller than he could see. And he said, Mom, look. See, the magic beans grew. And she said, okay, Jack, but how does that help us? Now we have no cow and a giant beanstalk. What do we do now? So Jack climbed up. He grabbed one leaf and he pulled himself up and he stood on it. And then he put his arms around the trunk and he made his way up to the next leaf. And he kept going and going all the way up into the sky. And when he was there, he saw a house. So he decided he was going to go and knock on the door of the house. The door opened, and inside is a lady. And he says, hi, I just climbed your beanstalk and I'm very hungry. Do you think you could give me some breakfast? The woman says, okay, of course, but you have to eat fast because my husband is an ogre and he likes to eat little boys for breakfast. So you can come in and you can have some toast and milk, but then you have to go because he'll eat you. Jack says, okay. So he comes in and the lady gives him toast and milk and he eats it up. And then they hear footsteps. Boom, boom, boom. And Jack goes, oh no, what do I do? And the wife says, okay, quick, get in the oven and hide. So Jack climbs in the oven and she shuts it. And the ogre comes in and he's giant and scary. He says, fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. And the wife says, don't be silly. You're not smelling anybody. That's just the boy you had for breakfast yesterday. And the ogre says, oh, right, okay. So he sits down and he eats 3 whole cows for breakfast. And then he says, wife, bring me my gold. I want to count my gold. So she goes into the other room and she brings out 3 enormous bags filled with gold. And Jack sees this and knows he has to take it for his mom. So the ogre counts his gold and then he leaves. And then the wife follows him out. And Jack opens up the oven and sneaks out the side. And then he grabs a bag of gold and makes his way as quick as he can down the beanstalk. And he brings it to his mom and says, Mom, look, I got us this gold. And his mom is so happy because now she says, okay, Jack, now we have enough. We can survive on this. We don't need anything else. But Jack thinks there might be more. So the next day, he climbs back. He grabs the leaf and he pulls himself up. He puts his arms around the stalk and he climbs his way all the way up into the sky. And once again, he knocks on the door of the house. The door opens and the wife is there. He says, hi, I climbed the beanstalk again and I'm pretty hungry. Can I have some more toast and some more milk? Of course. So he goes inside and the wife serves him a bottle of milk and a plate of toast. And then before long, boom, 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 these heavy footsteps. And Jack goes, oh no, okay, let me hide in the oven again. So she cracks the oven and Jack goes in and she closes it. And the ogre comes in. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Don't be silly. That's just the little boy you had for dinner last night. Oh, right. So he sits down, and this morning he has 5 whole cows for breakfast. And then he says, "Wife, bring me the hen." And the wife goes and finds this beautiful hen and brings it back inside and puts it down on the table. And the ogre looks at the hen and says, "Lay your egg." And the hen gives a squawk and goes, "Bark!" And then behind her on the table is a beautiful golden egg. So Jack sees this and he knows, oh, if we have this, we will never, ever, ever have to worry about money again, because it'll lay a golden egg every single day and we can sell it. And that's great. That's so much money. So he waits until the ogre leaves, and he waits until the wife leaves. And he goes and he picks up the golden hen and he runs back and he climbs down the beanstalk. But this time the ogre sees him. And he comes running after Jack. And it's not slow footsteps this time. No, he's running. It's very fast. So Jack goes as quickly as he can down the beanstalk, runs into his house, puts the hen on the table and says, "Oh my gosh, Mom, where's the axe?" And she hands him the axe and says, "Well, what's wrong?" And he says, "I'll explain in a minute." And he goes outside and he takes the axe and he chops and he chops and he chops. And the beanstalk eventually falls over. And with it, the ogre falls out of the sky and hits the ground and is destroyed. So Jack goes back into his house and says, "Mom, this is a golden hen, and it will lay us golden eggs forever and ever. And we don't have to worry about anybody chasing us down, because I took care of the magic beanstalk. We don't have to worry about it anymore." And Jack and his mother lived happily ever after. And Mozzarella String Cheese says hi.